What's up, guys? It's Mr. Javid, and today we are back on the Pokemon Showdown server. We're going to be using the same Raikou team that we used yesterday. Two reasons yesterday we lost. I don't want to say, in case you're watching this and you didn't see that one. But we lost a few, but a lot of them weren't due to the team. And so much like that one dual combined Tapu team, I think it was more just, okay, let's see if it's the team or if it's that, I'm not playing as effectively. You can't really control RNG and whatnot. So I wanted to give this another run. Also, because I've come to realize like a lot of the value coming from the road to top 10 has very little to do with the actual whether or not we hit top 10 for most of my viewers. And it's really just seeing like, okay, at a certain point on the ladder, what do I need to do? What are the mindsets? What do I need to change within myself? And so one of the biggest takeaways, and I'm going to share a success story with you guys in a sec. One of the bigger takeaways is obviously the losing is good thing, right? If you can think of one, leave it in the comment section below. Give me a reason, excuse me, why losing isn't good. And we can have that conversation. Because it's better to ask than to assume, okay, I know everything there is to know, and because I don't agree with what this person said, I'm just gonna, that's no way to go through life. You'll never get anywhere like that. And excuse me, I want to share excuse me, sorry, I'm good, I promise. But I want to shout out my guy GT853. Hit me up the other day, about 2 weeks ago, and he was basically like, man, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, I don't know what's going on, whatever. And initially I liked how transparent he was. He was like, I gave him the mindset for stuff first, because at this point, there are still people who don't understand that that's the key. 9 times out of 10, it's not always. I do meet people who have good mindsets and it's a skill change, but it's very rare. 9 times out of 10 it's people's just, I'm losing and that makes me feel like I'm not progressing, and that's not true. So he just hit me up and he was like, thank you, Jam, your advice on mindset was exactly what I needed, because I linked him the videos, and he said he brought me success not only in mind but in real life too. You're the avatar, so whatever, everything bleeds into everything else. This mindset of losing is good has caused me to grow so much in the past few weeks than I did in a couple years of playing Mons. Years compared to weeks. You may be practicing the wrong things, guys. So if you are somebody that's just very arrogant, like I know it all, and that's something to take into consideration. So he said I always want to know what people notice. So it's information for me, but it also helps them solidify the change, because they're like, what did change? He said, I think his biggest things for me personally was tilting after making a wrong move or being hacked. But after I changed my mindset about losing, instead of tilting, I tried to analyze the game and see how I could have pulled off a win, especially writing down my mistakes so I don't do it again, and making changes to my team accordingly if I notice weaknesses. I think you were 100% right, by the way. It wasn't a matter of skill, it was all my mindset. I'm sitting at around 1800s right now, and I'm trying to climb to 1900s, which is the goal. Which by the way I never thought just changing my mindset would be the thing that would make me better. I thought skill was all that mattered, and that caused me to get really tilted whenever I lost. Losing is bad, whether the loss was in my control or not. He's coming from 1500 to 1600 range, and he's now headed to 1900 from just a mindset shift. Guys, I know a long intro, but I know a player just needed to hear that. There is no way there is no way What's up, man? Literally just check out this vid tonight. That's funny. That is super funny. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna, Raiko is gonna be my go-to man here. Um, he's super weak to Lele. Psychic to the kills. I think everything on his team. So I need to get position versus Dragonite Lando. His own Lele, potential Volk. Dragonite's Corporate. I mean, this is for Cart. Melmetal is damn good. Pretty much solid versus everything. Raiko. Okay. A mistake I made yesterday was splitting my damage too much. I'm only gonna focus in this game on Lele offensively, Lando defensively, and partly Torn and Melmetal depending on his Lele. Lele is concerning enough to where I can't do whatever I want. So we're gonna Lele here. Perfectly fine by me. I didn't expect his to be Lele for a plethora of reasons. But when I think about it, I'm like, well, I lose way more value from him moonblasting than I do. Lele, excuse me. Lele versus Torn would have been a really good situation for me. But then again, I actually don't want his Lele. Yeah. So that's probably choice specs. Volcarona makes a lot of sense. Volcarona / Landers. Landers doesn't make sense. Volcarona makes more sense. Lando, I'm thinking the risk versus reward here. Like my doubling to my Lele here would be amazing. I'm going to. If he stays in good play, I don't lose if he does. But I take a lot, like right here. Magnezone, Lando, Volcarona all make sense, right? So we're just gonna focus on taking the value here. I'm not gonna do a whole bunch. I don't know if he's bulky Volk. Well, actually, the best play is to Psychic. Even if he Quiver Dances, I go hard. Azumarill, and shoutouts to what's it called? Cause Psychic specs. Even if he Quiver Dances, Psychic. But if he's offensive Quiver Dance, this would be a misplay to Psyche, right? And I wanted Magnezone to potentially get to a kill, potentially. So you can see it did nearly nothing. I wouldn't be shocked if he doubled the Lele. In fact, I doubt he has. Anything to him. Actually, it's probably better to. It's probably better to Raiko, but it's probably better to Raiko. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go hard Raiko to cover his double to Lele, so I can sub and see what his Lele wants to lock itself into. Because if I go Lando and he pivots into what's it called? So Miracle. Okay, very interesting. So I actually get a sub here, unless it's body press, and if that's the case, so be it. Okay, so he hards Lele, which surprises me. We're just gonna hit him with 2 Thunderbolt. Ooh, or allegedly. He's Choice Scarf, so that is a false news. Lando makes the most sense. You hard switch out Lando into so Scald here, and then pivot. You could do the Lando this turn, but no, and now we Ice Punch. Volk, it sucks. I really don't want. Okay, so it just gives up the Lele. Oh, awesome. So again, Azumarill shuts down Volk for the most part. I'm not gonna give the Volcarona terrain control because it, boosts the Psychics, which would do a little bit more, which is the only thing he'd have for Azumarill. So if we stop and assess right now, much like we said in the beginning, Specs Lele just destroys my opponent. Offensively, my biggest concern is gonna be Dragonite. Kartana loses to Torn. Lele kills Lando in one, unless it's Spadef, but then it can't really do anything to me. And there's the Lander, excuse me. So this is interesting, right? One would assume, okay, you go hard to your Landers, to your jam, because he's just gonna go for the Toxic or the Earthquake or whatever. But I'm actually going to go hard to topple Lele here, Primarily because one, I don't think he's gonna go for Earthquake, but I don't think he's gonna be offensive. So interesting. I didn't think he'd EQ there. Lander is a lot of momentum lost, a lot of value lost. But a mistake I made yesterday was not using my offensive prowess well enough. So he does kill my Lele, which isn't great for us. He's, I think, max Spadef. I don't think you could take to 72. So I'm guessing people are running Spadef Landers these days. Tapu Lele. Because I know the Storm Zone was running, which I don't think Spadef Lando is good unless you're checking Volcarona with it, with Stone. But a lot of them don't have Stone Edge. Lander is you defensive, right? So choice specs, Psychic would have almost killed him, but it did only 72, which means he's like damn near max Spadef. Psychic. So I'm seeing a Raikou. So that actually sucks. So he's probably, which is weird. If he has Protect, he must not have U-Turn or he must not have Toxic. Raikou, Skull, 38 to 45. Is that choice specs? No, that's leftovers. 38 to 45. If he is careful, it does 35 to 41. So you'd have to see if I'd sub here. That sucks because the whole point was to prevent him from having his way with the Landers, but the Lander took a lot more value than I wanted. So I'm gonna Scald hard. It's too high a risk for him to not to get me to let me sub. But even if he does protect, then this will be low enough to where my Torrent can come in, and then at that point, the only thing that can really do anything would be the Magnezone. Again, I don't want this gone, but defensively I can guard against most of his team. The one thing about this would have been, like, I'm glad that Raikou, got the kill there. Because if he let me sub, I potentially could have gotten 2 kills, And so hard Azu, we've been saving Azu for this Volcarona. Is it better to Whirlpool? No, I don't care about the card. I do care about it, but I don't think he can 2-hit KO me. So yeah, I don't care about the card. And if you watch my video yesterday, it's just annoying if he goes to Magnezone. Like, I lose a lot of momentum there. Because he has Mirror Coat, it's probably Assault Vest. Yeah, it's Assault Vest because it took. Now, I'll Whirlpool here first in case he Giga Drains. Excellent. And I catch it. Good. The thing about Giga Draining there is that you never. And that's shit like that is what we were talking about. So I'm going to Toxic again. Yeah, shit like that is what we want to avoid. Yesterday, that was one of the big mistakes I made. I left a lot of the games up to a lot of variance. If you notice, I'm trying to play in a way where I never have to use moves that can miss. And good Quiver Dance there, because if I protected there, which I'm sure he knows I have, it would have put him in an awkward spot, right? He's going to die to Whirlpool AT. So there's no point in me not double protecting here. Yeah. Yeah. I actually didn't die to Whirlpool. Oh, he's freed from Whirlpool. Okay, that's fine though. There's nothing he could have switched into that would have punished me enough. So the question is what kind of card he is. What kind of card he is. Nothing Cart can go for can KO my Azu. Other than maybe Banded Smart Strike. Like Azu, interestingly enough, guards well against Cart. So Magnezone comes in, which is the good play. So at this point, we want to assess, okay, what do we need to win? Lander is damn good. What's it called? Lander's damn good. Raikou walls his Magnezone and sets up on it. So Raikou is a free switch. What would we need Mel Metal 4. It'd be nice, but I think between Toxics... Actually, what do I need the zoom reel for? I think a zoom reel is just a little better than I think you may have expected landers there. This is where I'm talking about, you know, the variance, right? The only cart that could kill me would be Choice Banded. I don't think he'd expect me to have superpower because he knows I'm Assault Vest. I don't think you have the luxury to Sacred Sword. He's Life Orb, okay. Life Orb I'll take. Because that's Raikou. Raikou kills that. I just need to know how much. Don't want to play any fucking luck with Torn. Had I gone Torn there, obviously it'd be best case because, you know, I can Hurricane twice or at least attempt to. Or you turn out, see the Life Orb, get enough rounds to where Raikou's Thunderbolt KOs. So Kartana, OU Swords Dance, Thunderbolt does 62 to 72. Yeah, so I'll take the Torn play. You turn out here just to get. I'll sack my Azu if push comes to shove. He might not even be able to KO my Azu, if I'm honest. He also would make a lot of sense to go Magnezone, but at this point you may feel like, well, I'm not gonna win anyway, or I'm in the back. I would also want to be careful of what his Dragonite could be, which is partly why I'm keeping the Azu, because I'm like, it could be something like what I was afraid of yesterday, which was DD Ice Punch versus Landorus. It could also be like CB Ice Punch. So there's the Magnezone. Landorus would make sense, but it would take a lot more value than it would give. Like, let's say I go Landorus and I EQ and he goes to Dragonite and then he's fast and Ice Punch and all that. I lose a lot of value there. So Iron Defense, interesting. So he's not Assault Vest. Okay. Alright then. Body Press, got you. Got you. I hear you loud and clear, sir. Again, my biggest concern is a Choice Banded, like Ice Punch zone. I mean Dragonite. IQ. Let's see. Okay, so he goes hard cart, which means you're committing to Leaf Blade. My play is always to go to Tornadus here. We want to remove as much variance as possible. Him going for that is completely irrelevant. All we need is that free switch into Raikou. Matter of fact, I'll just knock here. That's Raikou range. So we ran the roll. It says 62 to 72. If this is wrong, this is gonna be bad. Right. The crit didn't matter, I don't think. We go hard. Dragonite. I mean Landorus for the Toxic. In between Protect, Perish Song, Intimidate, and all these things. I'll survive an Ice Punch from here because I'm max defense. But this is where we talk about the variance, right? Like, Toxic is not a 100% accurate move. It's the nature of the team. You could argue I could have kept Melmetal. I didn't think Life Orb would be it. I didn't think he could kill me. So I figured his best out would be to be Swords Dance, Speed Boost, and I would be Swords Dance, Speed Boost. So now I get to go to Raikou. Yeah, so he does. See? The thing I was concerned about yesterday. There it is. There it is. So Azu, I've shown Protect, so we go hard Lando here. Oh, even if he Ice Punched. Okay, so he just has 3 attacks. As you know, I think he crit the dual wing beat, which sucks, but now we get to just U-turn here. Yeah, and Protect. even if because he has no boost, even if he GG. Yup, good stuff. See, man, it is so crazy that I ran into the very guy I was just but you know, in that game, I guess the only thing that the most questionable decision was going hard Lele on the land, going hard Lele on the landers. But we have to 9 times out of 10 that's a stealth rock, and if it was a stealth rock, I got a kill there for free. I don't know what kind of zone he was because he took nothing from psychic. Maybe he had some SPDEF investment, because I doubt no SPDEF zone. I'm curious of that calc. I doubt no SPDEF zone takes 30, like less than 40% from a Specs Tapu Lele. And definitely at least max HP. So let's say OU max. He was air balloon. Yeah, like psychic does 45 to a which means he was probably SPDEF, but why would you be SPDEF? Very interesting sets. SPDEF Lando, unless I'm tripping and I got my damn item knocked off, or I didn't have psychic terrain up, which I doubt. Yeah, I think he was max SPDEF. But a win there. And sorry if my voice sounds like it's like, oh, it's because I'm like, I think I might cough and trying to hold it in, and you know, all that stuff. So I think Raikou is just so underrated, man. He has dual ice here, which means, in fact, if I trap his Tangrowth with my Azumarill, Azumarill is a fucking menace to his team. If I trap Tangrowth with my Azumarill, Melmetal's double Iron Bash is unrivaled. Melmetal just period is unrivaled. But let's break it down. Very weak to Choice Specs Tapu Lele. Heatran is going to be his main line of defense. What's Torn doing here? Provides defog, lures in Heatran to remove its item, which opens up Lele later on, and Melmetal. If I use Lele to overwhelm the Heatran. Landers, it's alright. Mostly just for Stealth Rock support and Intimidate support on the off chance that, you know, Weavile is banded or something, he gets out of control. Raikou with Tangrowth trapped, big issue. I say Tangrowth trapped because I don't know if he has Earthquake. If not, then Raikou would just be a potential sweeper with rocks up. And then Azumarill, our main line of defense. So I'm gonna Azumarill to begin with. I think that Azu is way too big of an issue for you to not go for freeze dry. I mean, maybe you think that. The thing is, I don't want to show him that I'm trap Azu, but I guess it doesn't truly matter. So he does freeze dry. Now he knows what I am, but his team can't really deal with that. I don't get why you'd go for substitute. That made no sense. My thing now is like, I don't want to take the damn... I don't want to take the Rocky Helmet from the Tangrowth. But I'm pretty sure he's going to switch. I don't know why you'd substitute there. Maybe you thought that, okay, you're going to Toxic, but I don't know if you're Specs or not. Knowing he's not Specs is great for Raikou. What I'll do is double to Torn, right? Basically what I did there is like, well, if he stays in, he's going to Earth Power. If he does not stay in, well, there's the off chance he doesn't go to Heatran here. I want to stay in and knock off, but what am I trying to say? A sleep powder on my Torn would be a horrible fucking experience for me. 90% of Heatran staying here, but he wasn't in the 90. As I said, Lando's value isn't as great as Now this is not an easy switch for me to make because he definitely toxics, but on the off chance he U-turns, he should toxic or knock. Okay, so he does U-turn. The best position would have been Metal there. So Weavile comes in. Not fun. You know, I know he gets to knock and whatever. I say not fun because we want Azu to trap his Tangrowth. But if Azu loses this item, it gets a little funny. And I don't want my Assault Vest gone. The best play would be the U-turn, predicting him to knock. High risk. Very high risk. Let's think about. Maybe I'm just overvaluing Azu. And he may triple axe. We had guys do that yesterday. Yeah. So U-turn there would have been perfect for a plethora of reasons. But we just go for Whirlpool here. So if we Whirlpool there, Finny's weakened. You know, I obviously have taken a little more damage than he has now. But it is what it is. Moonblast crits, so thankfully we didn't stay in. Best case, he goes Heatran here. Yeah. A couple annoying little things, but, you know, not game breakers, not game changers. It's Moonblast. So I'm going to go to my offensive positioner, which is Tapu Lele here. Yeah. And I'm going to go directly for the Psyshock. I want... Since the Heatran has taken no damage, he actually leaves it in. Oh, okay. My Lele is gone, which isn't great. That's not great. I can defog, so it's not like the end of the world. But that isn't great for me. Particularly because we don't want Weavile to get a free switch in here, right? So we're going to go to Torn on the off chance he goes to Weavile. Yup. You're like, jam. Like, Torn to Weavile counter? Not exactly. Not exactly. I wish certain things went differently. You know, I'm not going to lie about that. But we can get over it. Heatran? They're gonna tech tier to get a little more Whirlpool damage. What's up with these Heavy Slam Heatrans as of late? Does that KO me? Like, I remember seeing this shit from somebody else. Like, somebody sent me this. I'll just go hard Lando. Yeah, if it potentially killed, I don't even want to play those games. Tangrowth. And this is where I really wish I had my Lele, but it is what it is. I want this gone. Low-key Melmetal is the savior, so I really want this gone. His rocker is Lando as it's mine. My Lando is damaged. Stealth Rock's punishing. If I go to... What I'm afraid of is a Sludge Bomb variant. So what we're going to do is Tornadus here. 9 times out of 10 you go hard to Finny and Saki, right? Yeah, we're just not gonna get the value I want out of Azu. I should triple Axa this time. Yeah, which is great because now if he's not careful and doesn't get the triple Axa here, which I think he's in a I'll Whirlpool. If he doesn't get the 3 hits, don't get it. Fuck. Whatever. You know, obviously we don't like Tangrowth. I gotta be a bit more aggressive versus this guy now, because the matchup is not going my way. The matchup is not going my way. E-Tran, excellent. Excellent. Primarily because, what's it called? Primarily because this is one of his best Raikou. The triple axis shit is funny, but it's also one of his best, his only metal threat. Now we gotta give something up. Is it worth defogging? Is Lele worth the defog? I think so. I do genuinely believe so. One, because I won't die from anything he goes for here. I do believe Lele is worth the defog. Are these shits modest? What did I hit him with? I hit him with... Probably Heavy Slam comes out here. Even if he magmas, I don't think... If Lando dies, I'll have to learn my lesson. Okay, I figured not. Okay, so that's a big turn. Tangrowth makes a lot of sense. If he stays into magma, king shit. Lando, yeah. I was hoping it wouldn't be Lando, because if I knew Lando was coming in, U-turn would be the better play than I'd Moonblast. Okay, so be it. You think Lando... We're staring down. I can't have him U-turning on my Lele. That just kind of invalidates all the work I just put in. So had I gone Lele there, I'd have gotten an extra kill. But I know he's going to just leave the Lando in here. And then here comes Weavile to aim to knock off my Melmetal's item. I've been playing pretty cautiously with my Tornadus. But if I lose my item, it makes it a little awkward. Yeah, Weavile's problem. I'm gonna U-turn here. Yep. The reason I'm U-turning is because I think Raikou might be able to muscle this through now that his Weavile can't switch in and out like that. I get a crit there, which matters a lot. And him knocking off my item matters a lot too, but I'm not faster than his Tangrowth. I don't want the helmet. So yes, he sacks a Weavile. I was hoping he would, because I've been pretty aggressive with my Melmetal. But also I figured he's thinking, well, you know, if I knock off his item, maybe we can muscle through with our Kyurem here, which so true. So true. I think it's just gonna come down to what his Tangrowth is. At this point, meaning like if it's EQ, if it's Sludge Bomb, depending, Lele, I need to defog. So we're gonna give up Lando here. I no longer need it for anything. I no longer want rocks. If he misses here, that's great. Oh, that sucks. I'm free to EQ here. Magma Storm, man. Yeah, that blows. That blows. And obviously here we just EQ spam. I wanna say cannot do 50% to me. I really, and it might just be, you know, I just want to say that just to say that. Oh, I just said that just to say that. Okay. No rocks up. Knock off. Um, It's funny because he doesn't understand, like, that's why he probably won't progress beyond here, because very little thought going into the plays. But he doesn't understand that the threat of his Curum plus Weavile is why he has the advantage, not because he's playing well. Thinking, is it better to... I'll defog here. Excellent. I'm really glad he did that. That was actually really good for me. So remove this. He substitutes. Hurricane can't miss. He might not be fast the way he's playing. And obviously he has the pressure and whatnot. The way he's playing, he might not be a fast variant, but if I get a confusion here or a crit, it puts him in a very awkward position. Yeah. So I have 3 left. Huh? Okay. Does he not know about evasion? Alright, substitutes. He's gonna roost here. If I get 2 CMs up, that's great. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent, Raikou. Freeze dry. Homie's really going for the luck. Because I have pressure too, so if he's not careful. So we're gonna Thunderbolt here. Because I should Earth Power this turn. He keeps freeze drying. He doesn't know I have. Come on, man. Dude. Please, Raikou. Please don't reward this man. Raik. Please, Raikou. Please. Come on, man. Are you fucking serious, dude? Come on, man. The reason I didn't sub there is because Earth Power was always the play. You go for the Earth Power crit over the Freeze Dry Freeze. Because if I sub there, you see the leftover. So if I sub one time, it's a game. I should have known he didn't have the brain cells to fucking go for Earth Power. And just avoid. So that was like the turn he got the freeze. That... If I sub the next time, I'm pretty sure Earth Power wouldn't break the sub. I just needed that one turn. Because if he Earth Power, then I wasted a turn subbing. It puts me in a weird spot. Because Kyurem is bulky enough to eat enough Thunderbolts. Actually, matter of fact, because we were talking, I'll just get an alt with the highlighter stuff. So we're 29. It's still ridiculously few losses, but you know, it's super frustrating. I'm trying to play in a way where there's so little chance for luck. Freeze dry. It's just freeze dry, man. Of all things. Like, there's some things that luck's inherent, like Hurricane. You know, if you miss a Hurricane, you can miss Magma Storm. When I miss Whirlpool, you know, there's certain, like, it's built into the move, right? But it's really frustrating when a person hacks fishes and gets it. We set it up perfectly, man. We set up the Raikou, we set it up, and but whatever. We're just gonna continue playing. I don't know what it is with this team, man. And it could be because it's set up oriented. I also could have played Lele better, to be fair. I think I was pretty impatient with it. Yeah, I just knew Weavile. I can't let that Weavile double around on me, because Oz was my only answer, and Melmetal was my only Kyurem answer. So if the Melmetal gets knocked off, then Kyurem, as you saw, destroys me. But yeah, we just gotta make do, man. Super weak to Lele, so we're gonna try to overwhelm with that, you know, psychics and whatnot. Keep Torn at the Bay. Kyurem, be careful of Suicune, but with Raikou, Suicune's 1v1. Frankly, Raiko wins as usual, but let's see how the opponent is gonna manage to weasel his way out of this one. Rocks. Okay, let's party, man. Let's party. Chomp will die here if I trade. Yeah. He thought I was play rough, which makes sense. Question is what he has. Let's see if his volt switch light screen. Interesting. That's very interesting. That helps a lot with my Lele. I want you trapped in. God fucking damn it, dude. Shit. Why the fuck would you heat wave? What the fuck are you heat waving? Alright, I'm letting my frustrations show. Like, shit gets to a point, man, you know? Shit gets to a point. But this rocks here. It's a little, I'm pretty sure he's gonna, okay, he's smart enough to toxic. I was gonna say, not the best trade for me to, you know, trade for Lando here. I'll hard Lele because I know rocks are coming out, so I don't want to take the what's it called? So it's Max Pedef Excadrill. So I'm supposed to be size shocking instead then. Okay, got you. Max Pedef Excadrill with Rapid Spin coming out. So be it. The Toxic sucks then. Rocks aren't the biggest deal in the world. They don't really help. It helps in the sense that I find out whether or not the Clefable is unaware. But beyond that, and so Suicune rears its ugly head. We hard to zoom real here every time. Suicune always. I don't know why you'd Suicune unless, especially if you see him. Yeah, it should call it hard. Okay, we'll Whirlpool again here. Should be Toxic Zap, but you know, it is what it is. Toxic Zap means. So there's the Zapdos again. You have to go for Roost, Light Screen, Discharge. Very interesting stuff. He's tired of Mayazu. He might discharge. But I knew he wouldn't kill. He might not have Roost. What the fuck is this Zapdos? Or he's just like, okay, I'm sick of your light screen. He should have Roost. Yeah, okay. I was about to say. It's funny because the Raikou wins depending on his clef. Gonna Whirlpool again here. He shouldn't discharge, right? I want to just beat the Zapdos the fuck down while getting some lefties back on my Azu, so I can come in comfortably on his Suicune. So light screens again there. So now you have a decision to make. Do you discharge again? So offensively, his team doesn't do much to me. I think Lando, I don't like keep going Lando. So he's actually a very smart Toxic on his end, on his behalf. Very interesting decisions. Obviously here, Garchomp makes the most sense. Well, what I could do, rather than Garchomp comes in, we're staring down, or Garchomp slash Suicune. So he keeps going Suicune, which is odd because, you know, Toxic would be like the more obvious of the decisions there. But we pivot back to Tornado. No, I don't like Torn there. I wanted to cancel that. Torn makes sense, but I don't think the payoff is worth it there. So he is leaving it in. So he's gonna give me the Suicune's item. But as long as I can Hurricane, I think I'm fine. I'm not sure why you'd see him. Trying to think. I'll just toxic here. Yeah, he does leave it in. Then the burn crits me and burns me. That's more so what I was concerned about. And so now what this allows is for we can perish song here. I'm gonna whirlpool here on the off chance that he because the Suicune is mad low right now. Which gives me a chance to potentially either burn the drill. I could honestly, this game shouldn't even be a game. He's gonna rest. Yeah, this game shouldn't even be a game if I'm honest. I'm letting this go. So it's unaware clef, which is that's something I needed to know. Which is why rocks matter. Suicune, my mel is a huge issue, so that's a thing. Oh, okay. Heal Bell, unaware. Okay, that's not good. We need to beat him fast then with Tapu Lele. So I'll Scald here for the burn chance. Nah, it ain't happening. So the Heal Bell there kind of just ruined my entire plan. My entire plan. Surprised you'd risk drill to get either crit or burnt there, but hey, maybe the clef doesn't have an attacking move. Nah, a burn would be too much. It might be AV drill. That did fucking nothing. It might be AV. I'll defog here. Then landers. So yeah, we managed to get damn near no value. So I have to go back to the drawing board and just destroy his team with Tapu Lele. Great stuff. So Azu was essentially wasted. He seems to just always light screen. So I'll do is I'll fish for the burn on his drill. Yeah, if you go I don't think his clef has an attacking move. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, why wouldn't you have? It could be Wish Protect. Okay, it has Moonblast. Okay. So here he wishes or hard switches to Garchomp, fearing Melmetal, which means Suicune comes in. Yeah, I think I got a bit arrogant in this particular game. Heal Bell completely like threw off the game plan. So is it pressure static? Heat Wave completely threw off the game because he got his light screen. He Heat Waves. Huh. Right. Makes sense. So now you know you can't break my sub, so you should go back to Driller. Man, these fucking Skull Burns are not fucking with me, man. Yeah, so upside, my Chomp, Carton is something that I'm actually very my Torn beats his drill is at 30 something. EQ here would put it in side shock range. Yeah, I have to just go like full on with Lele. Cause I have Raikou, I can somewhat get around Suicune. What? He's fucking. What is going the fuck on, man? Alright, yo, like, mentally, I need to calm the fuck down and get my shit right. Because it's not a hard, like, Lele destroys my opponent. I think I gave him a lot more. I gave him too much value on there, the assumption that he couldn't Heal Bell. And so then he heel belled, and I'm like standing there looking like a dummy. Yeah. The rapid spin there is obvious. But you know, what am I gonna do, right? What? What is happening, man? What is happening, man? What the fuck is going on? Why is this drill slower than has rock blast? What the fuck? Okay. Zapdos, his seems to be his like go-to. That's something I don't want in, but yeah, Suicune is something we don't want in either. But that's why I'm very shocked he was gonna let me defog. He should scald first. I mean, he was gonna let me knock his item off. CM makes sense. Yup. We defog. Scalded 27. Because I have to give up something to kill this. He has Ice Beam. What? He doesn't have rest. He doesn't have rest. He doesn't have Sleep Talk. Yeah, he goes drill. Yep. Yeah, that was his best play. Yeah. This was a completely my fault on the L. I needed to take more value with Lele earlier in the game. Says GG. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. Yeah, it's not over yet. Oh, almost killed. Now it's over. If Side Shot killed, no, I guess I needed the Focus Blast there because we wanted to stop Cart from coming in, but it's probably Scarf Cart. Nah, Burn's still not fucking with me. Well, yeah, this was not a well played live. And what I'm gonna do to avoid just like again an infinite sort of thing, since you guys enjoyed the road, enjoy the road, and it's not the team, guys. Every game we have played was winnable. The first one we won, obviously. I don't remember what happened in the second one. What was that second loss? The luck with the fucking freeze dry. And I went into this game tilted. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just keep playing. Right now it's, I think, yeah, 74 and 30. So we have 44 more wins. But I'm just gonna have this be a long live. If we get back, I want to end this in at least 1900s. If we get it, we get it. Because I just know it's not the team. I'll just have to calm myself down and play appropriately. The Kyurem game, again, that was more intentional with the Raikou and the end game. Because I just knew sub Kyurem, if I was trying to figure out a way to keep my Assault Vest, because I know that will protect me against sub Kyurem, and also guard against the Weavile, but both were so difficult to do. Because Weavile obviously is a huge problem for me. And Heatran as well. Like my Azu is my Heatran, Weavile. Guys, it's been an interesting past 2 hours or so. And I want to be as transparent with you guys as possible. I allowed myself to tilt. What is tilting? Tilting is not skill based. It has nothing to do with the losses. Tilting is completely emotional and mental. And it is when you're trying to reinstate. When you're attached to your results and you're trying to reinstate things. And so, as much as I mention and as much conscious knowledge of that, you know what I'm trying to say. As conscious as I am of that, I still allowed it to happen. And so now we're at 17-30 37 or so, which is pretty much like. But the reason the video stopped and it's recommencing here. 1719. We dropped from 19 some 200 points. Now the reason the video is recommencing right here is because my computer actually was filled, and so I thought it was just interesting at the point at which it just stopped me. It's like, jam, stop. But to take it even further, and I want to be very transparent with this, just to show, like, because I know a lot of you guys, in fact every player I know ever, you know, gets to those points where it's like you're getting thoughts of like, man, whether it be luck, you know, obviously hacks happens, but you don't have to tilt off hacks. But I think most importantly, I noticed my old way of thinking subtly. It's quiet in comparison to how I was, and I'm like, man, I don't lose to guys like the, you know what I mean, like as if I was above. And the only reason I'm losing is because of my own lack of playing well enough, right? Like hacks aside, you know, team aside, I don't. Every game I've lost is probably winnable, and so if that's a possibility, then I'm just not gonna scapegoat that. And it's actually really freeing, because then you can control that, but you can't control luck. You can't control this and that. And so what I decided was, and then I had to be honest with myself. The biggest thing that was bugging me was the record, but not the record in like, oh, I shouldn't lose a certain amount or what. In fact, frankly, to get to where I am now, you generally lose. We were in mid-1900s with little over 10 losses. That's ridiculously low. So it's not as if it was a high number or whatever, but I think that internally it is bothering me that it's not a challenge. You know what I mean? It's not like there's not a set number, and if I lose a ton, it's like it's to know that there's no set number bothers me, because it just feels like a regular live. But I understand you guys are loving it, so I'm like, okay, I'll just keep doing it, and then we'll just figure it out. But the losses inherently don't matter. But I think that's like, damn, now I got to climb back up 200 points. And so that part, the identifying with the results and all that. So what I'm going to end up doing is ending it at 40 losses regardless. But I will still continue like OLT or highlighter play, because that's what you guys enjoy. And if we just don't make it, then that's just a challenge. We failed the challenge. But I'm gonna still emphasize that sort of focused, effortful play with more serious teams and whatnot. And I was like, man, should I just keep playing infinitely until I get it? It's just not as fun when it's like that for me. So we're gonna continue to play. I think we would have 6 to give, but more importantly, we have to remember why we're playing. You know what I mean? And I allowed myself to lose sight of that. And I thought, looking back, and I'll share something that happened. So I took a break, and it wasn't even that stopped, because when you're tilting, you're supposed to take a break because you're identifying with your points, and it's better to take a breather. It's funny because that wasn't even the thing that was the decider, let's say. I went downstairs, I was like, okay, let me go grab something to eat. You know what you're supposed to do. And the glass that I poured the drink in broke. And that's when I took a step. I was like, whoa. And I wasn't like angry or anything. It just like, I tipped it over the table and it broke. I'm like, yo. Got it. Loud and clear. And so I just stopped. But I thought that was very interesting. In this game, the aim is to win with Raiko. It's not an easy game. This team very much struggles with Corviknight plus Heatran and Weavile. So we're gonna have to find a solution for that. I think I need Thunder Punch on this. Lele is gonna have to be our solution. Okay. So this is an important turn. If I hit the Focus Blast, he doesn't die, I get Toxic. No. 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 No, that doesn't work. I doubt he'd Magma Storm here. I'm actually going to hard switch into my Metal here, as crazy as that looks. Because he does aim to Toxic. I'm going to EQ the off chance he goes for the Magma Storm. He should go hard Lando, knowing that, you know, if I'm Assault Vest, he doesn't kill me. But there's a slight chance he may go for Stealth Rock. If he goes to Lando, I can deal with that. But that wasn't worth the trade. And it's going to be equally not worth the trade to... because he has Corviknight, he has Landers, he has Toxapex, he has a lot of switch-ins to this, right? So, he made the smart decision. Good. So I like all information on this Corviknight set. One would assume, this is an important turn. I'm gonna aim to, he's gonna U-turn. I'm aiming to bait out his Zeraora, right? Because you think, okay, well, you know, you don't deal with Landers. So if I can bait out his Zeraora and it's not unaware Clef, I have a very good chance to sweep him with Raikou. But certain conditions have to be met. I can really hammer him with Lele, but I'll just need the Corviknight weakened a bit. If it's Fizz Def Corviknight, then it's a little easier. And so I can feel my brain being clearer. I've faced a Poison Jab variant to this, and so it's Black Sludge. Okay, so his Pex is gone. It's one less thing, right? You know, it does matter. Pex is very hard for my team to kill, especially because he has Toxic Spike. So this is actually the best case scenario. Black Sludge, Pex with Perishong to... Wait, did I misplay with the Whirlpool? Does he get away here? No, he's still Whirlpooled. Okay. So obviously a knockoff would come out here. The question is, who do I want knocked? I think it's always Torn here. It's the thing that can deal with the knocking of the item the best. And it forces in the Zeraora, which I don't think he wants in. Oh, he actually opts for Heatran. Which makes sense, because you know I'm going to defog, so you're thinking, well, I have to defog, so that's not even a conversation. At worst, he has to hit a Magma Storm or a Toxic, whichever one he commits to. Okay, Toxic. He should... it's not even about what he should do. I think in the long run of the game, I'm going to struggle too much with the Heatran and Corviknight switching in and out if he still has his leftovers. And I think he should Toxic again, because the Azumarill is obvious. But I knew even if he didn't, because like for example right here, very obvious Azumarill, right? And you don't want... Azumarill is a huge problem to him. So I'm actually going to go to Metal here. The odds of him trying to Magma Storm again over Toxicking, pretty low. But he does risk the Magma Storm. The reason I said, you know, the odds of him doing that, and that's the thing with Magma Storm. You're trying to hit 3 in a row. I can, yeah, I can beat Clef even if that didn't happen with Choice Specs Lele. Really, I wanted Torn. I thought because Azumarill... Now, my thing is, if it's unaware Clef, like right now, Azumarill is a huge problem, right? So, if it was unaware Clef, I wanted to have Azumarill as trap fodder, potentially. I'm surprised Lando is his initial. I'm just going to defog here. Generally, these only have U-turn Toxic, so this is fairly free. Um, and this allows for me to get back my so it is Rocky Helmet. Okay. I actually shouldn't have gone for that there. I didn't think that through. So Azumarill offensively positions itself actually very well. I'm surprised Landorus is his initial play. It ultimately comes down heavily to whether or not you should Toxic though. I don't get that play at all. What would you go to? So finally goes to Zeraora. We're gonna go to Melmetal on the knockoff because I don't want good. This allows for me U-turn what I want. The Corviknight defogs. Yeah, it's better to rocks. Force Corvi to defog. Because he's Rocky Helmet, that's a little more annoying. But I get to. I want to find out what his clef is. I want to find out what his clef is. If it's unaware, because my Melmetal is low enough. Okay, so he commits to U-turn. I'm actually really glad he allowed me to keep rocks up. So it didn't take rocks, but I still don't know if it's unaware or not. So we're gonna go hard. Azu. Finally, we get Toxic. That might be game for me, especially because he goes Corviknight. It's hard to say. I don't know what his. I don't know what his. So he'll sub here. I'll Calm Mind to see what the clef does. If Moonblast breaks my sub, it's unaware. It's not unaware. Yeah, I think he just allowed me to sweep him. Okay. Yeah. So finally Raikou comes through, putting in the work. Interesting that he went back to clef, considering that's just another Calm Mind. Like Scald here probably is the play, but there's no reason to throw the game with Toxicking, especially because their aura can't 2-hit KO me and I can 2-hit KO him. And obviously losing my item would suck, but at this point Corviknight just doesn't have the manpower. Clef doesn't have the manpower. So with a bit of a clearer head, we managed to muscle ourselves through this one a bit easier. But what I found I was struggling with was Weavile. I was like, I'm not going to change the team. Because again, this for me was more so admittance of the fact that I am not even just the admittance, because it's not a big deal to me, frankly. I can get to wherever I want. And I think also that was a thing. I was guilty of allowing myself to get attached to my points, and it's super subtle. I was also guilty of the allowing my ego to sneak in, because I'm like, I am Jam, like I don't lose, or I get easily number 10 on alts all the time, right? And so for the moment my aim was to look to be perceived as skillful rather than actually just learning the lessons. And all this is on me because I could have done the practice, I just haven't done it. And so I could be playing better, but it's my fault that I haven't done the practice. So, who the fuck can I blame, right? So obviously Melmetal shuts down Hatterene leads, so he'll never hat lead. So the question is, who do you use to punish? Because Melmetal is just a problem for him. I'm still going to, because the hat is just so problematic. I can deal with Marowak somewhat if he doesn't. And then aim to overwhelm him with Stealth Rocks plus Moonblast. Marowak. Okay, Melmetal. I'll take Melmetal. If he ice punches here, he's a king. He's a king. Superpowers, yep. So this is what I wanted. Well, U-turn is just a superior play. I didn't expect Chris. If I whirlpool, the crest is dead. He has to go for, yeah, actually like whirlpool a lot. One, because he might fear belly drum. Like belly drum Azu could sweep him, but this also forces the crest to get sacked. Yeah, you might lunar dance. Yeah, but now you wasted your lunar dance, and I'm wasting your trick room turns. So you don't have any ground resist. I mean, Porygon's gonna come in comfortably. Very surprised at Crawdont being the initial. Perish Song was silly. Perish Song was silly. Perish Song was silly. The question is just who don't I want? Torn is gonna be my sack. Yeah. Take Torn. Oh, that sucks. That sucks a lot because you can't KO me. Question is, would you even go for? Because I'd rather have a Zoomro. You'd still Jet. No, you'd Crab Hammer. I'll Hurricane if I miss. Because I wanted the U-turn there. U-turn into Lele would have been a slight. Well, U-turn, if he Jet U-turn into whatever I wanted, it would have been good. But, yeah, that sucks. So at this point, it's in his best interest to get the Marowak in safely. Yeah, we're still gonna Melmetal here. The only thing that can come in on a double Iron Bash would be, well, I actually want to EQ. I want to waste some time. No. I was gonna EQ there, but he'd have to double Iron Bash here, or else he wastes his landers. If he superpowers, what we're looking at who's winning at this point. If he superpowers, we're looking at a Raikou sweep. Superpower never kills me, so he should double Iron Bash. Yeah. And gets the Hex, which it's understandable. So what happens when you go first and he's strong as shit too. Okay. That's frustrating that I didn't get any damage off. That's actually really frustrating. But it is what it is. Should go Porygon instead, yep. And this is why it's gonna be super frustrating, because this has teleport, and the double Iron Bash can potentially flinch my Raikou, so I needed some damage. I needed some damage. I guess I can try to flinch his back, but actually I can do that. Yeah, I like this a lot. He shouldn't be, he's plus special attack, so he might be able to kill me. This might have been a misplay. These tend to run a lot of special attack. This was a misplay actually, but he still tries to trick room. So if he doesn't get it here, then Justice. So he's slower than me. He just didn't get the trick room good. Lando would make the most sense. I just don't trust that I kill this, so I'm gonna go for my heaviest hitter here. We're gonna fire off Psychics here. Yeah, so just to make sure, Porygon being gone means it's pretty hard for him to win now. Player is the Psychic and EQ spam. Yeah, I'll give you Lele. I don't need it anymore. Because Marowak can't muscle through Lando. Oh, he goes hard whack. Then how do you win? You're gonna try to Healing Wish back to Melmetal and try to... Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that being the case... I'll stall as much as I can. Because I don't think he... Even if... Yeah, Healing Wish and then I stall with a substitute. Healing Wish to Melmetal. Because all I need to do really right now is stall out the Trick Room turns. And he has to lock himself into double Iron Bash. And I can take it if I can get the sub off again. But it's probably better just to get this Thunderbolt damage off. Yeah. That second bash is what I'm talking about. Okay, so we get the Thunderbolt damage off. 2 turns of Trick Room. I'm just trying to think of a way where I don't get hexed. Because Azu dies. So if I go Azu, die, go back to Raikou, that doesn't really work. So he gets the kill. So I'll do this so Azu doesn't die. Oh, right. Pressure. Wow, that's actually pretty funny. I didn't think about that. I actually completely forgot about pressure. I completely blanked on pressure. Okay, that was actually... right, pressure. Duh. Pressure. So I just learned something, or, you know, be brought to my awareness. Right. I forgot about PP stalling. So my play actually with Raikou was to sub. Sub again. I completely blanked on its ability. Well, that's good. If I can catch his Ferrothorn here, Raikou can be quite good. Doesn't guard well against Moonblast, so if I can catch his Ferrothorn, Azumarill can be quite good. It's really just getting people to leave the things in that I want them to leave in on Azu. That's why I lead it a lot of times, because I want them to go to what I want. But offensively, my biggest threat is Raikou, and if I can manage to get a burn on the Ferrothorn, great. But he has quite a few nuisances to me, so that's the thing. If I can Focus Blast and hit his Ferrothorn once, that'll work, but he'll likely go hard Torn first. So, and I'm very weak to Bisharp, so I want to be careful of that. Very, very weak to Bisharp. Melmetal's guards. Melmetal is damn good for value taking. I'm just really nervous around the Bisharp, but I guess if I keep Lele at the utmost. So he was going to lead Ferrothorn, which is what I wanted. I really wanted Ferrothorn for Azu. I really wanted Ferrothorn for Azu. So I'll just Superpower hard here for the value. Leech Seed will suck. Yep. Superpower did 61, so I'll do about 40, which is move. The Melmetal is just really important. I'm gonna go Azu, bluffing that. Yeah, now he sees my Whirlpool, which again I didn't want, but the thing is so damn good. Like Whirlpool is so damn good by itself too. Yeah, that's what I was hoping wouldn't be the case. Oh wow. That was a ballsy ass nasty plot. Much respect. Much fucking respect. He doesn't KO me. I should have just let Azu, because I lost a lot of value off my Melmetal. I don't feel like I got enough in return. So I'll Whirlpool again here. So it's my best. Oh, that sucks. Now your Torn's dead. That's the thing with Hurricane, man. And it sucks that this guy is getting the payback for the other guys that hacks me with their Torns. Because like right here, you think, okay, you just go straight for Swords Dance. Which part of me wants to go for directly into Tapu Lele, but that's just super high risk. And I really want to keep this. So what do I do here? Who bites the dust? It'd definitely be Torn. That's not true. Because the Finny probably 1v1s Mazu. Yeah, he Iron Heads directly, which he should. That's a good Iron Head right there. You should just Iron Head again. You never SD. Huh. I wonder. No, I'll just Whirlpool again. I thought about going Melmetal hard there, but no. Like for example, right here, Ferrothorn would make a lot of sense. I mean, Tapu Lele would make a lot of sense. But interestingly enough, Mel is just a little more consistent in taking value. Yeah, Garchomp. The Ferrothorn's probably is wrong. No. Okay. So be it. So we're dealing with EQ did nothing. I wish I trapped this Ferrothorn so much, especially because we had to get so much luck to even remain in this game, you know. Toxic there, I'll take that trade. Yep, I'll take that trade. Toxic plus rocks, because I'd assume you'd go Finny. Yeah, and Finny doesn't like Raikou, so yeah, you know, if I hit the blast, and another thing I think I could have done differently is having something for the Ferrothorn to Leech Seed. Okay, Finny, Scar Mine, Snock. Okay. Defog would mean what for us? Who does defog benefit more? Us. Yeah. I don't want rocks up. And since he's Surf, I can more easily go into Melmetal. Yeah, we wanted Ferrothorn trapped every time here, because just Moonblast just eats. So Knock again would make a lot of sense, but he may surf. Yeah, Garchomp is at, so like it would make sense for you to expect double Iron Bash here. Garchomp would die. My Melmetal would be super low. What's the risk of Ice Punching? Finny would knock me off and I'd get little to no value. So he does go hard Ferrothorn. I was hoping he wouldn't, but good play. Doesn't matter if I predict here. No, doesn't. Good. Alright. I wanted that Ferrothorn gone badly. That's the Bisharp will now KO me. And I'll take the trade. I want to be careful of his Tapu Lele, depending on what variant he is, if he specs too. He does know if I'm Scar, so yeah. I'm happy to. I think he's Scarf. Yeah. Yeah, because I did nothing to him. Depending on the chomp set, I might outspeed. So it's good to keep Lele here. I no longer will keep Tornadius Etherean Formeth. And he's probably going to show me that he Scarf here, yup. And so this allows for landers to come in. U-turn. Finny should come. Yeah. Finny should not be able to KO Lele from 41%. The reason I don't want to go Raikou is that Raikou invites Garchomp, and I may be able to 2-KO Guard. If I go Lele, I get locked potentially. If I go Finny and he surfs, then goes to Chomp. No, I like Lele more. I just like to whatever takes value right now. Guaranteed, right? So there's nothing he can guard against with Spec Psychic, and I don't think he should be able to KO me with anything, right? So at this point, Landers KOs everything on his team. I no longer need my Tapu Lele. It would have been nice depending on his Garchomp speed tier, but because I'd like that information, he's just going to go back to his Lele, right? And I get to Earthquake here, right? And Garchomp should not be able to... Actually, I guess I didn't think this through, right? Like, if his Garchomp can kill Lando, that Psychic did a lot more than I expected, because I'm not super Spadef. So if his Garchomp can kill Lando, yeah, I didn't think so. It's probably just Toxic. Yeah, okay. That's actually a tighter end game than it should have been. But I just led Azu. But some Garchomp have like Flamethrower, because I don't know what his last move would be. Maybe Dragon Tail. Yeah, because Flamethrower wouldn't have killed me, but you know, he was left with no way he was going to take less than 16 from Scald. Yeah. So, yeah, and another thing to emphasize was I just didn't want this to be a thing of if I want to lead by example. And it's super hard to distinguish this, but it's generally not the team. And I'm trying to say that, you know, we're going to be careful in how I say that, because I don't want people to then just make excuses. Oh yeah, it's just, oh, it wasn't me, it was the team, blah, blah, blah. The team isn't amazing, like, but the losses weren't a result of the team. Like, I could have won, and if you could have won, it wasn't the team, it was your. And so that empowers you to be like, okay, well, what could I have done differently? What am I going to do differently in the upcoming situations, right? Like, for example, in this one, you know, depending on Clef set, Raikou is dangerous. Depends on the Dragapult set as well. Dragon Darts would suck, because Raikou can't really touch darts. When they have Slowking, it's really problematic, because they can just go for what's that move called? They can just go for what's that move called? Slowking to teleport, right? And so I'm going to lead Azu, learning from what I did. If we can manage to pull that off, and we can manage to trap Ferrothorn, then depending on his sets, Raikou can go crazy. But most importantly, I think the Melmetal is damn good. I mean, he struggles with struggles with taking out. So he goes to Urshifu Rapid Strike. So we're gonna Whirlpool directly, because you know, he's assuming, okay, you're gonna go for Play Rough here, and I want to check your Play Rough. So he asked for Landers. Did not expect Landers to be the initial mon, unless he knows my team. And if he knows my team, then he was like, okay, I'll just Toxic. If Lando goes, he doesn't have a ground resist. Okay. That sucks. Especially if he goes Ferrothorn. Don't want him going Ferrothorn. But I guess I can still Toxic the Slowking. Okay, he goes Slowking. Okie doke. So now we gotta stop and assess where we're at. Azu offensively, huge issue for him. We see teleport here. He future sights. Teleports, then goes to Dragapult. I wouldn't have taken any damage. He scalds. Okay, this is good. Knockoff is amazing versus this team. It's just, again, it just comes down to what I think his clef is. I'm hoping it's Magic Guard, but Unaware has been far more common. I'm very shocked at that Scald there. I don't think the payoff really added up. So let's see. So Ferrothorn comes in. Okay. Iron Bars Ferro. I'll take it. So he's getting more and more Fairy weak. But the play is still to go to Azu here. Hopefully he leaves it in. Okay, so he's smart enough to go to Slowking. Good. So here, I really don't have no point in wasting my Protect. I believe I did that in a previous game as they teleported, because the Azu is just too offensively overwhelming. Which is crazy considering my only offensive move is Whirlpool, but it's annoying enough to where if the person can't critically think and they get so much into that, oh god, I need to solve this problem right now mentality, then and that's a good U-turn because you can go back to Slowking. Okay, so he's found a solution to the problem, which is just good. I want my I know what I'll do. Because Urshifu can protect. So, like for example, I can't have Urshifu getting a free switch in. So I need my, what's it called here? I need my, he actually scalds. Interesting. Gets the burn. So we'll get that, so I have to give up my, should go Dragapult. Yeah, I have to give up my Azu soon. Melmel comes in. Let's see what he does. If he has Fire Blast, it's Draco. That looks like Modest. I didn't expect Draco. I don't know why Shadow Ball. Pretty sure Shadow Ball would have KO'd from where I was at. And so he has to ensure that he doesn't lose too much value this next turn. From Double Iron Bash. So Ferrothorn makes a lot of sense, or Urshifu. If I can nab his Ferrothorn here, that would be just amazing. But I think just Double Iron Bash is the best play. Yeah, Urshifu makes the most sense. If I had Thunder Punch, I'd have used it, but now he just goes for Surging Strikes. He actually CC'd. Huh. Didn't expect him to see, but it makes sense, right? You know, you think you want Specs Dragapult, which is good. So how do I take the most value this upcoming turn? I don't like risking Hurricane here. Doesn't feel super productive to me. So here comes Landorus. Okay, it's not Helmet, it's lefties. I guess I'll just have to start hammering away with Lele. I don't really have a choice. He can't guard against Psychic very well, so if he commits to slow, it's just the Psychic, right? Like I have no water resist. I just realized that I don't have a good water resist. Right, good. I knew it'd do enough. So now Ferrothorn, I doubt he has Jar Ball. So it would be in your best interest to Leech Seed. Yep. That's a big miss. It's a big miss. Actually, my play there was to go to Torn. I just gave him a free kill with the. My play there was to go. I forgot the Psychic Terrain was what got me close to a KO there. My play there was to go to Torn. Torn can take this. Urshifu, Choice Band, Tornadus. Oh, you pivot. Surging Strikes. No. And that's Adamant. Urshifu, Water, Surging Strikes. What's the chance to kill me? Where's the chance? 50. 50-50, huh? I destroy him with Tornado. Destroy him with Tornado. Like, I destroy him. Like, if I risk it and I get it, it's great. If I don't get it and he's unaware Clef, I don't get it. I've decided I'll just get it. Okay. Oh, I didn't get it. No. Okay. So be it. So be it. I don't think you ever go Lando. You probably go Ferrothorn and Slowking. Interesting. I didn't think Slowking made sense. It just depends on what his Clef is. I'll see him here, yup. Problem with Polt is you don't ooh, that did a lot more than I expected. I wonder if he's not unaware Clef. Let's assume that's the case. Problem is the fucking it goes through sub. It goes through sub with U-turn. Very shocked that he tried to Draco my Raikou again there, because now I can 2-hit KO your Polt. Yeah. I'm guessing it's not unaware Clef. Yeah, it's not. But he can U-turn if he has it. Yeah. Which is like the death of me. Slowking is gone. So you U-turn again here. Try to go to Lando. What? Draco killed it? I'm fucking plus. Oh yeah, I lose now. I expected him to U-turn there, because Draco, that had to have been a roll. 29% at +3. Yeah, that's a, yeah. Good shit, man. Like, I lose to Rapid Strike now. So he got the 50-50 roll. I genuinely don't think that was a guaranteed kill. I don't think that was a guaranteed kill. Yeah. So, you know, obviously now, let me think. If I go to, no, I can't lose Lele. So here obviously sacks Clef for Orlando. Probably Clef. Yeah. Interesting thing about it is I'm done a double Ice Punch here. Yeah. Oh, if I got that kill there, I could win. If I got that kill there, I could win. Nah, I can't. That was close. If I got the kill there, he'd need to predict whether or not I'd go into my Lele. If he got it wrong, he lost. Now he does not need to predict. Yeah, I just lose for sure now because he just EQs for free. That's GG. So do I regret any? No. I don't remember much of that game. I made a huge misplay psychic against Slowking. That was just a undeniable misplay. If I went Torn there, I wouldn't have given him a free kill. And I had everything I needed up to that point to overwhelm him with Lele. Now, you know, it's a 50-50 roll, right? You know, what are you gonna do? Actually, I'm going to, if that's something that's coming up this often, I don't need max HP. I'm way too weak to Surging Strikes. So I don't need max HP. I can run some defense so that I'm like, because that's a situation that happens far, like that happened I think twice. And if I had the defense, then we'd have just been Gucci. There's no real reason for this team to be max speed Torn. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't notice that before. Oh, whew. I think I lost quite a bit from that. Yeah. So it's a slow grind back up. Ideally, rounding this one out at 1800 will be the best case. I believe I have this team. I don't remember what the PEX is though. I think it was like light screen, some weird shit like that. It'll just save me time in scouting out to see if it's Black Sludge. Okay. The only difference, he had a Coco, I think. Yeah, let's just fucking start. I'm not going to leave this in, though. What would stop me? What would he do? Whirlwind would probably be on this, right? Yeah. Whirlwind would suck. Yeah, let me just go hard to... If he goes Pex on it, then so be it. Yeah. I believe this has Thunderwave. If I recall correctly, I believe it's like Thunderwave unaware, Snock. Okay, then I would have stayed in there. So Scarm, Hippo. Okay. Pex. This isn't great. In case he changed it. Yeah. In case he changed it. Because he's playing as if it's Shed Shell. He's playing like it's Shed Shell. Oh, knock. Pex is your initial switch. Allegedly. We just EQ here, obviously. Get that young to a KO on the off chance we get this crit or this roll. Why is he playing with this crit right now? He's definitely shot. Why is he playing with this crit right now? Alright, you don't need to play with that crit. Let's see if he has Toxic on... let's see, because Pex is his best bet. He continually knocks. So he's subtly trying to weaken me down. Let's see. Scarm. His helmet, okay. Okay. Now I know. I mean, that means the Pex is trappable. Here comes Scizor. I have not shown any moves yet. The Scizor would still have to heal though. Yeah, just allows Lando in. Not a quick break team. He's very weak to Raikou though, so that's an upside. Let's see what the item is. Is it helmet? Nope. It's probably Shed Shell too. Okay. Spike. swear if he has toxic. Okay. Alright, so Raikou is in. We can potentially play with a burn here. Not unaware Clef. Which is interesting considering he went Clef on me. Yeah, that's a free CM. Probably T-Tar coming in. Yeah. Here comes T-Tar most likely. I should Scald here, but I won't. On the odd chance that he doesn't. If I can 2-K or burn Tar. And he probably doesn't want me to go Scald. I just don't trust that he'll do enough to Tar. It's definitely not going to do enough to Tar. Unless it's banded. Which would make sense why he's playing it like that if that's the case. If we can get a Scald. Like Scald that turn would have been game changing because I just 2-KO'd the Hippo. Now it's like eh. But he has a hard time with this Raikou. I'm surprised Pex is his I'm surprised he's playing around with Pex. But I guess not, and then it's not that deep. It's not that important. I think he needs to be careful not to let me calm mine for free. Like let's say he's probably hazed, which is why he went Pex, and he's like, okay, if I can get him to get greedy, then I can get a haze off for free. But this is a case of pure matchup, and I've noticed patterns, and I'm learning a lot from this ladder because this is the most I've laddered in a long time. This is the most I've laddered in a long time. Whoo! Just realized I do not get burns. Do not get them. It'd be really dangerous if I subbed again and you switched. It'd be really dangerous if I subbed again and you switched. Very interesting. Yeah, that was definitely haze. The way he was playing, it was haze. Like if I subbed again there, I think the game was over. Very interesting. But again, this is more of a case of like I have an obscure mon and an obscure set that just really troubles him, right? So I had far less to do with any particular amount of skill. After using the team for a bit, you know, you sort of identify, okay, well, the metagame is going in this way. Sun, ooh, Sugar High. I haven't seen Sugar High in quite some time. I remember one year I was like obliterating niggas in SPL, and Sugar High, who was like a random sub, he didn't even start. It was one of my few losses. I think it might have been my only. I don't think that's true. I may have lost once, and like was just ripping niggas apart. And he brought some weird Victini shit, and I didn't play well enough. I don't remember the game, but I'm assuming that was the case, and got destroyed. So Volk problem with my one lone fire resist. Like I can't let Azu go for shit, and I cannot let him get toxic and all that. So Azu is gonna be my saving grace. I don't have anything to help control the weather. But Raikou, that nigga Korai? Oh, that nigga Korai plays no games. He's good. He's real good. Okay, I'm actually really glad to see this. I'm EQing straight up. I'm not fucking around with that Espeon coming in on me. No espionage around here. Especially if he lets me hit this Torkoal, it's really good. It's really good, like a sub Lando or some shit like that. But Sugar Eye is like renowned for wacky shit, so you know I wouldn't be shocked to see wacky shit come out. He has 3 off like he has 4 fairy resists. You know, Torkoal isn't the best, Venusaur isn't the best, Volk if it's bulky, but I don't think it is on this team. You also don't want to just give me free rocks. He could also go to Hydreigon here. No, goes to Espionage. Almost dies. I really don't know. This is the part of the games that I'm like, I really don't know, man. I really don't know what comes here. Like, this shit could be spec psychic, and I don't want to take a psychic. It could be yawn. Oh, I know. I'll go Melmetal. Melmetal covers most things. Oh my fucking god. See what the fuck I'm talking about? What? So I'm thinking I'm some kind of wise man genius, right? Going to Melmetal. Wasn't. No. And this is a huge deal. Like, Melmetal was one of the few things that could take a hit from his Venusaur at full. I'm assuming it didn't growth or anything like that. So, me getting hit right there, I do think he's gonna switch to Torkoal here, and I want an Earthquake badly. I want an Earthquake very badly here. But, hey, I think it nags me a bit more to go to Torn. As he leaves it in. Alright. No way, Scarf. That much I know. Oh my god, yo. Sometimes you gotta laugh, guys. You gotta laugh. Sometimes you just got to laugh, man. What? Oh my god. I lost a whole mon and a half to Scarf. But that's the upside of surprise factor, right? You know, obviously this would never work again, but you know, it works. It only needs to work once sometimes. Klefki, eject button. Vino would suck, but gonna perish song here. Yup, don't get greedy. Earth power. He has the sludge bomb here. Klefki. Go Torkoal, yes. Yes. I'm a double iron bash. In case we can flinch him. Yes. Yes. Hydreigon, maybe. It's risky, but it does it. Has to attack. Now he sacks something to Azu. Switch the Klefki out though. I wonder what it is. Not screens clearly. So he's giving me Volk, which is interesting. Fire Blast probably. Destroy me. Yeah. He'd probably Quiver Dance again. Oh, he Fire Blast that turn. Okay. That's a dead bug. Okay. So Raikou can win. Just needs a lot of support. Azu is super important. Like, very surprised he went Espeon, considering like you no way you're Toy KO me with Scar Psychic. Essentially gave me another Mon. Oh, whew. Anybody else held their breath for that risk of interesting. Reason I say interesting is cause what's my play here? It might not be to kill this. Cause then he gets to free switch into Venusaur. Okay, he's stalling out Sun. This is good. I don't know what to expect from this thing right here. Foul play. Okay, then he's gonna give me Espeon. The question is just what I want to do versus the Fairy Lock. What is that? Fairy Lock. Okay. Foul play, fairy lock. I wish I rocked there. What the fuck is going on here? If I go Azu, he can't KO me. If I go middle, he foul plays, knocks me out. I'm gonna go Azu. Hey, I'm gonna Whirlpool first. Oh, he's on the bullshit. He's on that bullshit. But I do get to stall out some sun turns. Whirlpool does kill though. Oh, he's on the bullshit. He has 3 turns of sun though. You definitely giga this turn. No, you sludge bomb here. Sludge bomb here. Oh, he growthed. Interesting. Weather ball. That's your move, huh? So he's earth power weather. He can't touch Mazu. Interesting. I mean, can't touch might not be the most accurate term, but it's definitely not in his favor. Earth power weather. So earth power probably coming out here. Okay. So I'll go Lele. I swear if his sludge bomb is his last move. Okay, good. Yeah. Then we just knock out his Hydreigon. Torkoal, boom boom. If I Moonblast here, he goes to Venusaur, growths. Nah, I'm not fucking with that at all. Stealth Rock. Stealth. Now I know it's Venusaur moveset, so I can Whirlpool here. Please hit. Yes. Can Perish Song here. Ah, fuck. I actually could have killed him. Right, like, come on, man. Come on, man. That's some bullshit, man. You know it. You know that's some bullshit, man. If I got one of them fucking Barretts, bros. 3 turns. 3 turns. Weather ball. Alright, Azu, I'm gonna need you to rock with me real quick. But he has only 1 hit of Life Orb left, so Whirlpool is really the play here. Protects a waste of a turn. Yeah. So a Life Orb dies. So Raikou should win me the game. Raikou plus Lando. I don't think Espeon ever kills Raikou or Lando. Nigga was about to pull out the fucking Icy Wind. Okay, so we're 18-14. Okay, guys. Now we can change teams. Now that I have proven the proof of concept, we came back, we dropped 1, but we gained back another 100 points. Right? I don't want to make this a 3-hour long video. But yeah, thanks for watching, man. And I'll see you in the next one.